Well, it's that time of year again. This time of year is kind of bittersweet for parishioners at Woke United Methodist. The month of Woke Christmas is coming to an end. The parties, the parades, they're starting to wind down a little bit. Stock of preparation age, it's gotten so low that tubes are now having to be shared. The supply of charcoal, it has been completely diminished. Grilled woke wiener, it's now having to be boiled. If you're living in the state of New York, I hope you have an electric grill because that gas grill, no longer acceptable. This time of year, it is the time of year where deacons at Woke United Methodist, who moonlight working for the worldwide leader in woke, ESPN, they have to come up with something to raise the spirits of their parishioners. They know they got to do something so the hangover doesn't last for weeks. They got to come up with something to extend the celebration of Pride. 1 month of Pride celebrations, that's not enough. According to ESPN, Pride is something that should be celebrated every day, all year long. Every July, ESPN broadcasts the ESPY Awards. Now, this used to be an award show that was respected. It was prestigious. Millions of sports fans, they would tune in every year to watch their favorite athletes be honored by a network that used to be dedicated to sports. But just like all the other award shows, the ESPY Awards, it's experienced a drastic decline in relevance. With each passing year, ESPN sets another record for record low ratings. Since 1993, ESPN has given out the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. When most people think of a Courage Award, they think of someone being recognized and honored for an act of courage, right? Seems obvious to me. Someone like Pat Tillman, who was given the award in 2003 after he sacrificed his NFL career to go fight in the war on terror in the Middle East. That is real courage. Pat Tillman is the reason you and I are sitting here right now. He sacrificed his life so we could live ours. The first Courage Award, it was given to Jim Valvano. Now, I'm sure you guys remember his legendary speech where he encouraged people battling through cancer to never give up. Howard Cosell, Dean Smith, Pat Summitt, Muhammad Ali, all past winners of the Courage Award. About a decade ago, though, the standards for the Courage Award, they seemed to change a bit. Instead of ESPN recognizing people who showed actual courage, the worldwide leader in woke, they started using the award as a virtue signal. 2014, the award was given to Michael Sam. KC, who in the hell is Sam Michael and why does he have two first names? You see how quickly these fake winners are forgotten? Michael Sam, he was recognized for his courage because he was the first openly gay player to be drafted into the NFL. This was kind of a dual virtue signal. The NFL drafted a player who lacked the skills to play professional football. ESPN, they sent their virtue signal by honoring someone based on their sexual orientation. They took it a step further in 2015 by giving the award to Caitlyn Jenner. What did the artist formerly known as Bruce achieve to be honored with this once prestigious award? Now you gotta remember, formerly Bruce, he had been retired for decades at this point. Hell, I think Katie Rue Part 2 quit being an athlete before I was born. Why did ESPN decide to honor Katie J? Because Bruce displayed the incredible courage that it takes to become Caitlyn Jenner. Now, I have nothing against Caitlyn Jenner. I think Caitlyn Jenner is a strong advocate against men pretending to be women taking over women's sports. I happen to respect Caitlyn Jenner for that, but calling gender transition courageous? I don't know. I just don't agree with it. Which leads us to the 2023 winner of the Fake Courage Award. To be honest with you, the shit fuckery with this selection by ESPN, it outclasses every bullshit award they have given in the past. There is truly nothing courageous about this group, and there's damn sure nothing courageous about their prepubescent leader. But before we get into that, let's get into the sponsor for today's video. I don't want to put words in their mouth, but knowing them the way that I do, I can pretty much guarantee they think this selection for the Courage Award is complete bullshit. I'm talking about my friends over at All Strokes Matter. Over the last couple of months, we've discussed the fact that a lot of mainstream brands have professed their love of the pride. ESPN right now, Target, Kohl's, North Face. If you're a normal person, it's getting harder and harder to buy clothes without supporting brands that don't align with your values. A couple of weeks ago, I had someone email me asking me if I had any shopping suggestions. She was looking for clothes for her husband, wanted to buy a brand that refused to dip their logo in the rainbow. Now, at the time, I didn't have any suggestions, but now I do. Let me tell you about my friends at All Strokes Matter. Don't let the name fool you. My friends at All Strokes Matter, the complete opposite of the organization Black Lives Matter. They love and support our military, share the same values that we have. Plus, they've got an amazing line of clothing. This right here is one of my favorites. You guys know how much I love my long sleeve tees. I'm sure most of you guys remember those parental warning labels that used to come on CDs back in the 90s and 2000s. All Strokes Matter. They've taken that same design and used it for fitted hats. When you spend your hard-earned money with All Strokes Matter, you can rest assured that a portion of the proceeds is going to be used to help veterans who served in our military instead of funding the next Pride Parade. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment below. Save 30% off your first order with All Strokes Matter. All right, do you guys remember Peyton Hillis? Former NFL running back drafted by the Broncos, I believe it was in 2008. He ended his career with Eli Manning and the Giants around 2014. Now, his NFL career wasn't anything special, but Peyton Hillis was a serviceable number 2 running back. Earlier this year, though, he showed what it takes to be a real father. He showed what real courage actually looks like. His family, they were vacationing down in Florida. They were at the beach. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Gulf of Mexico, the rip currents can be absolutely brutal. They're deadly. Peyton Hillis, his 9-year-old son, along with his young niece, they are swimming around in the Gulf of Mexico. Long story short, both of the kids are drowning. Peyton Hillis, he swims past his own son, saves his niece, goes back into the Gulf to save his son. The dude almost died saving the lives of 2 children. He's lucky to be alive. It took him months to recover from this. Now, he was just interviewed by Michael Strahan 2 weeks ago on Good Morning America. It was headline news throughout the mainstream media. Now, the reason I mention that, this story of Peyton Hillis, it is fresh on everyone's mind. Now, you would think Peyton Hillis would be the obvious winner of ESPN's Courage Award. If so, you would think wrong. Instead, ESPN has decided to give the award to a real courageous group. This group personifies what it takes to be courageous. They spent years begging for money that they haven't earned and damn sure don't deserve. They cloak their fight for unearned money under the disguise of equality. Ooh, woke boner word. Earlier today, ESPN announced that they would be honoring the prepubescent boy Megan Rapinoe and the other masculine women on the U.S. women's soccer team with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award. What the hell is so courageous about Megan Rapinoe? This woman is one of the most selfish women in this country. But someone please explain to me one thing, just one thing, that Megan Rapinoe or the U.S. women's soccer team has done that is courageous. According to ESPN, these women are courageous because they finally won their equal pay lawsuit. Translation? They were given woke welfare. The government granted them access to money that they haven't earned. Seems to me the real winners of this award should be the men's soccer team. They're the ones making all the sacrifice. They're the ones doing all the work while Maggie and Alex Morgan enjoy their supersized cucumbers on the couch, earning millions and millions of dollars off the backs of the men. How ironic. Women who have this weird hatred for toxic masculinity, even though they're doing their best to display toxically masculine traits. Those same women made millions last year off of toxic masculinity. That doesn't sound like courage. It sounds like hypocrisy. But what the hell do I know? I'm not a shit fuck. ESPN's also honoring these brave women for advocating for the rights of transgender involvement in sports. That's not courageous. That is downright hypocritical. According to Megan Rapinoe, the fight for equal pay, it wasn't for her own personal gain. No! I was fighting so future female athletes will be given money that they haven't earned. I guess by future female athletes, she was talking about Leah Thomas, because the same Megan Rapinoe who was supposedly fighting for women is the same Megan Rapinoe advocating for men in women's sports. And look, it's not just the Megster, Alex Morgan, Becky Sauerkraut. Hell, most of the women on this damn team are advocating for men to take their place. But, you see, this will not affect them personally. Megan Rapinoe's at the end of her career. Alex Morgan, end of her career. They've already collected all the money they haven't earned. What they are doing now is taking the same opportunities that they were given away from other women. This is an absolute disgrace. Once again, ESPN is putting identity politics over common sense. The other day, Megan Rapinoe claimed that the upcoming World Cup next month, it was going to be a paradigm shift in women's sports. And you know what? She's probably right. They've already sold over 1 million tickets, but here's the thing. How long will this shift last? If Megan Rapinoe has her way, once she retires, men will be allowed to compete in the Women's World Cup. Obviously, she doesn't want men competing this year because her team could not beat a team of 14-year-old boys. But once she retires, Megan Rapinoe will be advocating for Dennis Rodman to play alongside his daughter Trinity in the NWSL. Now you tell me how that's courageous. Right now, ESPN is going through another round of layoffs. If they're looking for people to cut, they should cut everyone involved with giving the U.S. women's soccer team the Courage Award. The ESPYs take place on July 12th. I guarantee you, ratings will be at or near record lows. Normal people are tired of this shit. They are tired of deserving people being overlooked so undeserving people can be honored and awarded. If this were 2016 and Peyton Hillis was passed over for Xavion Dobson, a young man who saved the life of 3 girls by shielding them with his own body during a drive-by shooting, if Peyton Hillis was passed over for that kid, no one would have a problem with it. But to pass over Peyton Hillis for Megan Rapinoe and the U.S. women's soccer team? Really? Honoring a group of women who claim to fight for equality, but advocate for the very definition of inequality? I don't know what else to say about it. You give me your thoughts. I'm not even going to ask you a question. Just sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate all of you guys for liking and commenting on every video. When I uploaded the video last night, you guys hit me with like 13 or 20 likes in the first 5 or 10 seconds. You didn't even see the video yet and you already liked it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys and all the support. I'll see you tomorrow.